Was your Tyler's back with another Raw review for September 15th, 2025. The last Raw before Wrestlepalooza. Yeah, that show was just not a way to go to that event. It was in the Mass Viewing Center in Springfield, Massachusetts. Yeah. We actually kicked off with John Cena. The music hit, allows Cena chant for the crowd. He points to Alicia Taylor, introduced him as the greatest of all time. Anyways, and then allows Cena chant from the crowd. He said he gets to come back to Monday Night Raw, and in Springfield, a loud noise, a lot of energy, a lot of young fans. He said, these young fans may not know this, but he spent a whole lot of years playing football across the street at Springfield College. He took with friends over 30 years. Cena said he needs this tonight. He thanks Alicia and introduced him that. And then another loud Cena chant. He said the words "the last real champion" means a lot of him. And at Wrestlepalooza, Brock Lesnar wants to end the last real champion. He said Lesnar is very entertaining, no doubt. It's controversial. It's damn near invincible. And the fans chant, "Fuck you, Lesnar." Yeah. And the fans chant, "Whoop his ass," and there's that. Anyways, then we cut backstage where Bold Eagles with Jay in LA. They argue. LA Knight said that he wanted a piece of Braun, and Bronson Pierce tells that he's not doing it by himself. LA Knight said he just the person and said Jimmy Uso. Jay said that's his brother, and there's that. And yeah. And then we had a lot of Akira defeating Roxanne Perez in a so-so match. And then Bayley made her return, and once again she's hearing voices in her head. Now she's like the hugger character. She's hugging everyone that moves, basically. And then later on, she was the heel version, and was like, really? This is seriously like came from 2006 with May 19 and all that. Not really though, but still. Still, I mean, 2 out of 5 will give it. And there's that, Jimmy Uso is in his locker room, and then LA Knight comes in and tells Jimmy that he has closed Jimmy for his tag team partner. And Jimmy said he doesn't think that's a good play, and there's that. And then Penta defeats Kofi Kingston. Yeah, it was what it was. Really, it was not good. Anyways, 2 out of 5 I'll give it also. And we cut to Jey Uso backstage, who is backstage, and he tells on the phone, and comes Jimmy, and Jay tells him that LA Knight will ask Jimmy to be his tag team partner tonight. He tells Jimmy that he has to say no. Jimmy tells him has to, and tells Jay, listen. Jay tells him they have the Bronsons at Wrestlepalooza, and there's that. And Jimmy Uso said, and yeah, I'm getting tired of saying the same thing over and over again, really. And then Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch come out. They stand in the ring. The fans boo. The fans chant CM Punk. Seth said he was going to stay the name of their stupid little town, but instead they wanted to act like he's going to ignore them. Instead, he will address the fans watching on Netflix and welcomes them to Monday Night Rollins. And then AJ Lee champ breaks out. Becky said she has a lot to say about her, but she won't talk about people behind their backs. And then Punk and AJ Lee comes out, asks them who the team leader is, who the man is. He said he will begin with Becky Lady first, and then Becky said he makes a career in this company. He said things to people's faces. He calls them goofs. The fans chant goofs, and then Rollins said they would know stop. Well, if it punched them in the face, and then Punk tells them they beg about belonging the greatest wrestling couple, and then Seth says CM Punk wants to talk about egos. He calls Punk the most selfish human being he's had even met in his life. He has ever met in his life, which, yeah, blaming the whole thing, there's a shut the fuck up chant, and Becky tells them to show her husband some respect, and then AJ Lee slaps Seth Rollins in the face before Becky said AJ was gone for 10 years, and then Seth laughs, and then AJ Lee slaps her, and then Becky was about to leave, but then Seth turns around and Punk is in his face, shoves Punk and leaves the ring, and then Becky hits AJ Lee with a manhandle slam, and yeah. Yeah, this could be the best on this show, but yeah. And then Donga, he's the new AAA champion. And then, yeah. Then El Grande defeats Dragon Lee. Shit match. Seriously, there's too much interference in this fucking match. Zero. Then, Bailey is. We got the Bailey is hearing arguments. We hear a slam in the door, and then Lyra knocks, and she walks in and sees Bailey sitting on the couch. And then, Bailey tells her, huh? And then Lyra thanks her for helping her against the Judgment. And then Bailey, this was like I said, this is like the heel version, and yeah. Anyways, and then Stanley Vakir defeats Kairi Sane. This was what it was, really. It was a 2.5, I'll give it. And yeah. Wait, then Ego Sky and Oscar were yelling at each other. That was that. And then the main event, Braun Breaker and Braun Strowman defeats LA Knight and Jimmy Uso. There was also a Judgment nonsense I'm not going to talk about because I'm getting sick of this fucking group. This was just what it was also. At the end, LA Knight hits Jey Uso with a BFT, and that was it. Two, I'll give it. Yeah, that was Raw. It was okay. I'll just be fair here. I mean, other than the last part, it was that. Um, a C I'll give it, yeah. I'll do my Kermit the Frog, Swamp Years movie review, and also Wednesday will be episode 95 of Showdown going into WrestleVision next month. It'll probably be on the 25th. And, throw us to my second channel, subscribe, notification bell. That one you will see WCW Fall Brawl 2000, and there's that. Like this video, comment below, subscribe to this channel, notification bell, as well as my second channel titles, retro reviews. So you'll see, WCW Fall Brawl 2000 in there. Bye bye.